Hello traders, good evening, good day, whichever part of the world you are. My name is Sunday again. I welcome you all to this technical analysis of GBPUSD. As we always do it every week, all right? All we do is we trade from Monday till Friday. Then the weekend we do our technical analysis for the week ahead. Whereas we all know market opens uh, midnight on Sunday. All right. So the first, all we need to do when you are doing your top-down analysis, you go to the higher time frame. All right. Now, when you go to the higher time frame, what do you need to identify there? The direction of the trend for you to know whether you are bullish or you are bearish. All right. Then let's do that. We can use the weekly. All right. From the weekly tells us that we've been bullish. All right. As you can see, we've been bullish. All right. We've been bullish up to this point. All right. Then we started seeing a massive pullback. All right. A massive pullback to these a resistance to this support level. All right. So what does that tell us? That tells us that sellers are in the market. All right. But the overall trend is bullish. All right. So now that we know that we are bullish, but we must also know where we are in the market. All right. Where are we in the market? That is to say, at this point, what is price action doing? All right. So now that we have seen from the weekly point of view that we are still bullish and we are just having a pullback, all right, to this same support level, then we scale down uh, to the daily time frame. All right. We can now see the big picture. All right. So if you look at it, you discover that here is a last break of structure why the price has been locked up in this range. All right, if you watched my analysis last week, you understand the way I explain it. It's been locked up here in this range. Price move in a range, so it's been in this range, up, down. It went up again, it bounced. Then now it has broken out of this range. And when it broke out of this range, it quickly tested this level. All right, this level 1.32000. Then it got a rejection from there. Sellers took over from here and they pushed the price to the downside. They pushed the price back to the range again. So at this point, you will now see when you go to 4 hours, all right, you now see the big picture again, and you now see how the price action has been moving. And now at this point, we can now see that there's a rejection. So price is rejecting from this same level, of support, this level of support, 1.28400 is rejecting from this level of support. For you to see it more clearer, you can now see that at this point, the bullish, that is this buyers, they have already stepped in. If you scale down again to 15 minutes, you can see, all right, that buyers, they have stepped in, all right. So let's move to 4 hours again. So at this point, we now know where we are in the market. All right. Now, the next thing you need to do, having identified where you are in the market, what is price action doing at this point in time, then you have to now move to the third important thing that you need to do. You know, from the higher time frame, the weekly or from the daily, you have to all the mark all the important levels. When I say mark all the important levels, simply means the support, the resistance, you have to mark the important ones where price has tested and reversed. All right, not once. A level is important when price has tested that same level more than once, like twice or thrice. All right, so it's like that. Now that we have marked all our important support and resistance level, because if you look at the price bounce from here, all right, this point, 1.32000, price bounced from here. And when price got to this point, all right, 1.31100, price respected this. It created a little consolidation before it pushed to the downside. And when it got to this point again, this level, like I told you, price move in a range. If you don't know, go and do your back testing, you discover that price move in a range. All right, the price don't just move anyhow. It moves from one point A to point B. When it gets to that point B, it will range from that point A to point B, point A to point B, before it now move again to point C to point D, from C to point D. So it's like that. So you cannot see when it got here, it tested it again, then it now pushed to the downside. Now price is at this level, this support level now. That is where price is at now. All right. And if you scale down like we've done, if you go to 15 minutes, you can see it's been bouncing from here. It pushed to the upside, tested it, pushed down, push up, push down. Now it's pushing. All right. You can now see that there is sign. This rejection simply means, because if you don't know what candlestick anatomy. If you don't know what candlestick anatomy is all about, please go to my YouTube and dig out that video. You understand what candle stick anatomy is all about. It simply tells you the behavior and the story behind every form of candle, the behavior. All right, it will tell you, okay, like when at this point now there is rejection from here, from this level, simply means that there are buyers in the market. Buyers, as they have stepped in and they are rejecting the price from here. All right, will they take over and push the price to the upside? We don't know. All right, we'll wait until this candle close and another one we open. Once the another one open, that one now will now show us whether um, buyers they defeated sellers, or maybe sellers they are still in control. That we don't know. So at this point, all we need to do right now, since we have marked all our levels and we know where we are at this point, because we've been bullish, but the current what is happening presently is that we are pushing to the downside. If you go to your weekly, you discover that it's just a retracement. All right, it's a retracement. It's the retracement here now that is giving us this trend to the downside. Okay, this is a tip. All right, this is a tip. That's why no, you need to go to my website. All right, www.againstfs.com. Go and register, contact us so that we can train you. It's not everything, it's just small money. Forget about maybe yearly €200, then your lifetime. For us to continue to mentor you, you pay 500. All right, $500. That's all. You will not pay any other thing. If there is any signal, we drop it. If we are doing analysis, we do it together. So we always have direct contact with us. Anything we are doing, we are trading, we trade live together. So this is small money compared to what you will gain. All right. So just head to that website and contact us so that we can train you. Whichever part of the world you are, you don't need to come down to us. We do everything virtual. So it's the same thing. We do everything virtual. You sit in the comfort of your house, we train you. You understand? So it's very simple. So if you don't have even that money in bulk, you can contact us so that we can negotiate and, train you. All right. So that is how it is. Now, now at this point, at this point, we now see that there's a massive push to the downside. Now, will this level hold the price? Well, we don't know, right? We don't control the market. Okay. What we should be expecting right now is that price is here now, and we are expecting a rejection here. We are experiencing a rejection here. So, price should get to this point, all right, make a pullback either to take liquidity here or either to take liquidity and to either to take liquidity here or to push, get to this point, then get to this level, pull back, then break and start pushing to the upside. All right. Another thing is price. Once price performs like this, if it gives us this movement, or it can come to this point like this, create another push down a little, respect, because it has to respect this point, come down a little, then push. Or if it's going to continue the downward movement, if it's going to break below this level, that means once price breaks this level, at this point now there's rejection, right? Okay, well, let me remove this one. At this point, there's rejection, all right? There's rejection. So if price should pull back to this level or retest this level, if it should get to this level, all right, founds a resistance. If it founds a resistance, if it founds a resistance, now price will come and push this place. Once it breaks this support, once it breaks this support, all right, if it breaks this support, then come retest it, then we are fully bearish. Because this place is the last break of structure that we experience, and here is a range. So at this point, we are still bullish. Most people will say we are bearish, but this is a massive push to the downside, all right, to take liquidity. And liquidity he has already taken, all right, from this range. He pushed to the upside, he has taken liquidity. See, look at how it works. He broke this point, he has taken liquidity, and he has come again, he has pushed to the downside, and he has taken liquidity also from the downside. Now, where does price go from here? We don't know because we don't control the market. Like I've told us, it's either from here, you push to the upside, all right, then push to the downside a little, then before it goes up, or price will go up, retest this point, all right, found a resistance, then come down, break this level, push to the off, push again, retest this level, then we are fully bearish. Once this level is broken, once price action breaks below this level, once it breaks below this level, once price action breaks below this level, we are now bearish. That means we are now fully bearish. All we should be looking for, the trading opportunity we should be looking for is how to sell the market. Is how to sell the market. Until then, we are still bullish. Even though this point here, even though what we experienced on Friday is a bearish trend, but this is the last support here. This is the last support that needs to be broken. And once this last support is broken and price push to the downside, once price breaks this support, retest this support, then we are fully bearish. All right. So it's two ways. Price will when price two ways. It's either price come here retest, then push to the downside. Retest, then push to the downside. All right. Or for for the bullish trend to to resume back, price has to come here, retest this point, come down. It's not supposed to take out this level again. It's supposed to come down. Price will get to somewhere here, then push. All right. Once you notice that this point, this push to the downside, did not violate this level, then the trend is up. You see a massive push to the upside. And where are we going to target? We are going to target, we are going to target, let's say here, your stop loss will be below, all right? The stop loss will be below, then we are going to target the high, all right? But until then, we are going to watch price action to see what it will give us. Sometimes this push can come down a little, all right, to take liquidity again because of early traders that will just jump in without waiting for confirmation. So price can come like this, sweep this place, but it will close above this level. It will close above this support level, then it will now start pushing to the upside. The early traders who entered from here will be stopped out, then before price will resume the upward trend. But if the sellers are still more than the buyers, what will happen is there will be a push to the upside. All right, this movement will fail, then it will now start coming down to break this level, retest this support, then it will now start pushing to the downside. That means we are completely bearish. Once this movement happens, once this level is broken and we see a retest, you just enter, all right? You just enter and you see, you put your stop loss a little above, then we'll now join to push the market to the downside. So thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to my channel, YouTube channel, please subscribe, share this video, And we do this every week. So thank you. Stay tuned and God bless.